Hello, my beautiful divine collective. This is Phoenix Dragon Queen coming to you with another download. So, the downloads are coming pretty frequently. Today, I'm actually recording back to back recordings. So, my last recording, I mistakenly said NLP when it was actually a Pharaoh Psychic Inspirational. So, please excuse that. Um, Now we are going to do the NLP, okay? So, as I was saying in the video where I mistakenly called it an NLP is neurological programming, and it is a good programming. It is a way to help you rethink, retrain your brain, okay? So, source of all things, creator of all things, what would you like the collective to know about NLP today? All right. Just a moment. Let me get all the messages out for you. All right. Just a few more sources saying. And sources, take that one. And we're going to do one more, please, source. Ooh, all right. You want this one? Okay. All right. At the bottom of the deck, we have change the question. The quality of your questions shapes the quality of your life. Instead of asking, why does this always happen to me? Ask, what can I do to change this pattern? Changing the question will point you towards solutions instead of problems. Reframe the question, you know, it's exactly that. So, one of the things that I personally always say is it's not happening to me, it's happening for me. And then I try my best to find the lesson in it because it's not happening to me, it's happening for my highest good. Okay? Change the question. Rewind the memory. Diminish a negative memory by rewinding it like a movie. Play the scene backward in your mind, making it faster, sillier, or less threatening. This technique helps remove the emotional charge tied to the memory. You know, it's funny because some of my worst childhood memories as I was going through my various ascensions, I did that without even, this is a new deck, like this was just created. But I used to do that. I would remember some stuff that my mother said to me, and you remember the old Peanuts commercials? I would hear her voice, but it would be wah, 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 wah. I mean, just, I know it sounds silly, but it works. It diminishes that negativity, okay? Anchor your strengths. Think of a time when you felt confident and empowered. Close your eyes and relive that moment vividly. The sights, sounds, and feelings. As you feel the emotion building, press your thumb and forefinger together to create a physical anchor. The next time you need that confidence, repeat the motion to instantly access it. Timeline reset. Your past does not define you, but how you hold on to it does. This card invites you to revisit key moments in your lifeline and your key moments in your lifeline. Key moments in your timeline and recreate them, turning past challenges into future strengths. Now, when I first looked at it, I did say lifeline, and that triggers something in me because let's face it, your timeline is your lifeline. What are you doing with your life? One of my personal cards with my deck that I created, I have a quote in it. It's called Trickster. Time is a trickster. Time takes away time, or time takes away life, and time begins life. What you do in the middle is what matters. What is on your lifeline? What is on your timeline? Okay? New behavior generator. Imagine the most powerful, disciplined, and successful version of yourself. How do they walk? How do they speak? What choices do they make effortlessly? When you vividly picture yourself embodying the behaviors and mindset you desire, your brain begins to wire those traits into reality. Okay? Seriously, Eddie Murphy, prime example. He talks about how he literally changed the way he laughed because he got to a point where he felt like people weren't laughing with him, they were laughing at him, laughing at the way he laughed. So he changed how he laughed. You can do that too, all right? A third perspective. To find common ground in conflict, imagine meditating between two parties, you and the other person. What would a neutral observer suggest as a fair resolution? This approach depersonalizes. These words are really tiny, guys. This approach depersonalizes the conflict and opens the door to compromise. So I explained this card before. This one is you. You're looking at that picture. This one is the other person. They're looking at that picture. That's all they're getting. They're not seeing the full picture, okay? But if you bring your consciousness out and you sit in the middle and you literally look at both sides, you can figure out a common ground where you both can see the full picture, okay? Cognitive distortions. Unhelpful patterns of thought may be distorting your reality. By challenging cognitive distortions, such as all or nothing thinking or catastrophizing, you can bring clarity and harmony to your mind. So, in other words, something goes wrong at work and it's a setback. Are you, in your mind, making it more of a setback than it actually is? That's what the catastrophizing means, okay? Are you making it worse than it actually is? Is it an all or nothing situation? Are you saying that it has to be this way, period? Nothing else is going to work? That type of mindset will leave you stuck. You have to be open to the possibilities of other ways of doing things, other ideas, other perspectives, okay? Words that regulate. Language leads to nervous systems. Words like struggle, can't, overwhelmed. Encode difficulty. Use language that feels lighter, forward focused, and doable. Replace hard with possible. Replace problem with puzzle. The nervous system responds accordingly. And puzzle. So a lot of you might not even realize that you actually like puzzles. You like to figure things out. So reframe it. Use different words. It's not a problem. It's a puzzle that needs to be figured out. Okay? Turn down the volume. Diminish the power of negative thoughts by adjusting their volume. When a critical voice arises in your mind, turn its volume down like a dial. Make it sound like a cartoon character, or even replace it with silly music. Notice how the emotional intensity fades with the shifting soundscape. Where was that at? Yes, the first card. Rewind the memory. It says, play the scene backward in your mind, making it faster, sillier, or less threatening. This card's pretty much saying the same thing, okay? So that's something that the collective as a whole needs to hear. Inward is forward. Go inward, people, okay? Downtime is the intentional practice of directing all sensory focus inward, allowing your unconscious mind to make new connections and bring forward deeper wisdom. This card reminds you that turning inward is just as important as taking action. Downtime can create the clarity that you need for your next step. Sometimes you just have to slow it down. Just slow it down. Take some time to figure out exactly what you want. Quiet the noise from everybody else and figure out what you want. Okay? Fragmented self. When parts of your mind or emotions are in conflict, you can feel fragmented and indecisive. Facilitate wholeness by bringing these parts into dialogue and guiding them toward a common goal that honors the whole of who you are. Resolution begins with self-rapport. Again, go inward. Don't be a fragmented self. Don't be of a fragmented mind. Okay, what this means is you want to do this, you want to face forward, but you're listening to friends and family that's trying to hold you back because honestly, not everybody can go where you're going. Don't be a fragmented mind. Pull yourself together. Challenging absolutes. And I have to read the words. So it's saying nobody, everyone, never, always. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's sirens going on outside. Challenge the absolutes. Universals are words like always, never, everyone, or nobody that create rigid, absolute statements. This card urges you to recognize when you are using universals and challenge their validity. By questioning universals, you regain flexibility in your thinking and decision making. Challenge those absolutes. Don't say nobody cares. Don't say, well, everyone is doing it, so I should do it too. No, challenge that stuff. Break out of that mindset. That's a hide mentality mindset. Okay. Metamorph magic. Metamorphs are used to bypass the analytical mind and speak directly to the unconscious mind. For example, if you're rushing your growth, remind yourself, like a tree, I grow from the inside out, rooting first, then reaching. Metamorphs invite transformation without resistance. I like that. Transformation without resistance. Take the time that you need to figure out what you want to do and the safest possible route to make those changes, and then baby steps start making those changes. Okay? I enjoyed that reading. I hope you did too. Again, that was the NLP, neurological programming. All right. Peace, love, and enlightenment. Phoenix Dragon Queen, signing off.